Hey folks, welcome back to Challenged. How many of you come out into your garage, look at your car, and you see this, or it's low, or the car's telling you that you have a low tire? You know, you probably don't realize how many tires you actually have, whether it be a vehicle or multiple vehicles, a golf cart, ATV, a mower, hand truck, trailers. And if you don't use those all the time, chances are they're either flat or they're very low on air. And of course, the air compressor is never where you want it to be, or you have to drag the heavy thing around to get it to where you can air up all of these things. Well, I got really sick and tired of having to deal with that, so I got myself a bubble. And of course, this bubble is nice and heavy and it only holds so much air. And of course, it's always on 0, which means I have to take it to an air compressor, fill it up before I can take it back to wherever it is that I need to fill up. And there's only so much air in it that it can do. While good in a pinch, it's just not ideal. And then of course you have balls, which never keep their air in them. Yep. Perfect example of it. Or floaties that you want to get done. And yeah, you can usually use some kind of an air compressor to do it. But again, you got to lug that stupid thing around all the time. Well, I wanted something that was very, very portable for me and used batteries that I already had. I didn't want to have to keep track of another type of battery and another type of charger. So I already have DeWalt tools, and I wanted something that was compatible with those DeWalt batteries. And believe it or not, the old interwebs, you can find it out there. So I bought this thing right here from IRONFIST. Not only is it a cool name, but this thing is awesome. I have used the heck out of this thing. So, it's your own portable, basically air compressor. And if you look at the top here, it's got different attachments to it. This one will do balls, this one will air up inflatables. It's got this as well, which does tires. And the best part, works with my DeWalt batteries. You can buy this compatible with a DeWalt battery on Amazon. There's a link down in the description. And I'll also leave a link to the one that does a Milwaukee battery. I let the air out of 2 different tires. One is on my Honda, just to simulate what a typical passenger car would be. The other is on the Tahoe that's on the other side. We're gonna do that second. So first thing you do is take your little deal here and put it on the valve stem. Push it as far in as you can and then lock it in place. It's important that you lock it in place. At that point, you don't have to touch it. Next, you'll see that this is reading 0.0 psi. That's how much is in this tire. It means it's flat. So we're going to toggle to where we want it to be. So if you want to decrease, left button, increase, right button. I'm going to take it to 35 psi. Normally I don't put that much in this tire, but I want the test between the 2 tires to be exactly the same so that you know exactly how long it takes to do this. So I'm going to time this as we go. So here we go. I'm going to push start and I'm going to pull the trigger. Now we're going to try the Tahoe tire, and it is far bigger than what the car tire was, and it is going to take more time to do. Let's just figure out how much more time it takes. And of course you can do a ball with this little adapter that comes with it. So we just stick it in the end, hold it in place, and then lock it. And of course, put it in the ball. If you do have a ball, most of them will say on it, this says anywhere from 7 to 9 psi. So that's what you put it to. Wouldn't bounce at all to start with. Now it's perfect. I'm going to blow up this inflatable with this little air nozzle that has a little hole in the end of it. Put it in, put it down, insert into the little hole, and then hold it. All right, so a small car tire takes around 4.5 to 5 minutes to get done from 0 to 35 PSI. A full-size truck tire takes 13 minutes. Yeah, it takes a little while to do it, but it's a big tire. And remember, the vast majority of the time that you're going to use this is to inflate a low tire, not an empty tire. So most of the time, you're probably going to start in the 20 PSI range to go back up to 30, 35. It's going to take a heck of a lot less time to do that. But to give you a little bit of perspective, I did it on my golf cart, took it down to 0, and then took it up to 20 PSI, and it took 1 minute and 47, 49 seconds, something like that. So it doesn't take too terribly long, and that's probably indicative of what a mower tire is going to be from flat to inflated. The inflatable probably took about 1.5 minutes. The basketball probably took about 20 seconds to do. And any bicycle tire is gonna take about 10 seconds. There's just not a lot of air in those bicycle tires. Like I said before, I've had this for a few months and I have done a ton of tires. One 2 amp-hour battery, which is what's standard that comes with these kits, does a lot of tires. I can't tell you exactly how many. I've done 4 and still had plenty to go from that point. But it definitely goes faster if you have a charged tire. Each of these full-size tires, I charge the battery full just so I could be as accurate as possible with the small car tire test versus the big one. But it does use the DeWalt battery, so if you have those already, this works well. IRONFIST also makes one that does Milwaukee batteries, so get it for the battery of your choice. Just remember though, if you're going to get the DeWalt inflator, you're probably going to spend 3 times what this thing costs. Right now on Amazon, it's around 40 bucks, probably just a little bit less than that. And I love this nice little carrying case. You can keep all of your little pieces in. Of course, they will clip up into their respective places so that you don't lose them, and it zips up all the way around. This is what it looks like actually in the case. If you want, you can stick your battery in it just like that. Put it down, and you're good to go. Nice compact package. It's way smaller than what an air bubble is going to be. It's way smaller than what a compressor is going to be, and you are not confined to finding power, whether that be from the cigarette lighter or from house power. I bought this on my own. I didn't get sponsored to do this. I just like the product. It has been so absolutely handy for me, and again, it's easy to get. You can just get it on Amazon. Link down in the description. But if you're looking for a gift for Dad for Father's Day or for Christmas, this is a perfect one, and it's a budget-friendly item. Link down in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like button down below as well as subscribe. Stay challenged, my friends.